Well, good morning to you. It's a Wednesday, a wacky Wednesday. Hashtag it, wacky Wednesday. And it is December the 2nd. I'm Todd Duplantis. You're watching Up to the Minute here. We've got your HCC news and information. We are live streaming right now on Facebook Live. And we usually have a co-host on the show, but Brittany's got a bit of a problem at her house. She's having some power issues. So she won't be joining us for the show. So I'll be around for the next half hour or so. We've got some special guests. We're going to jump right to them. Chief Greg Cunningham joins us every Wednesday. Haven't been able to catch up with you in a couple of weeks, Chief, but it's good to see you there.
It's good to see you, Todd. Between your time off and my time off, I think this is the first time we've been together for almost a month.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot to catch up on. We look forward to talking with you in just a little while. Our first guest, though, you've heard us talk a lot about HCC's Centers of Excellence. Well, the next guest is from the Global Energy Center of Excellence. They're based out at the Northeast College, and we've got Dr. Azita Hosseini. We appreciate you being here. Good morning to you, Dr. Hosseini.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot.
So let's first talk about the Global Energy Center of Excellence and what type of programs can be found within this center, and what are you offering our students?
Actually, in our Global Energy Institute, we offer 4 different programs. We have petroleum engineering technology, instrumentation technology, and process technology, and electronic engineering technology. We offer those 4 programs, and I am working at process technology part section.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I know with the oil industry, a lot of people are thinking some of the jobs are going away, but really process technology, these jobs are always going to be there because you're always going to need these workers. Is that correct?
Correct. Our process technology program covers not only energy sector and oil and gas industries. It covers whole process industries containing power plants with water and wastewater treatment, pulp and paper, food and beverage, and even mineral extraction industries. Right. They are all in our program. So if something happens to energy sector, we can protect our program by other parts, manufacturing parts, and other process industries parts.
I know one thing that Houston Community College is big on are partnerships and pathways to careers. We also are very big with our dual credit programs, and you guys have something you've launched with BP, a process tech program at Houston ISD. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Of course. We work with our team in Global Energy Institute and Process Technology Program to create pathways through dual credit programs, working with high schools, because companies nowadays, they are seeking for younger talents and students. So we are going to create some pathways to work with high schools and attract students over there who are interested in working in these kind of industries in the future and picking these kind of industrial manufacturing companies for their future careers. And we start, they can start at high school, taking some lecture-based courses, and then they can come to our Northeast campus and take their lab required courses, and they can either get their level 2 certificate and also finish their associate degrees, and they can get careers in these kind of companies.
So really they could start working when they finish high school with some type of advanced certification.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Whenever they finish their high school, they have done with maybe 4 core courses, and they can reach out to our campus for other lab required courses.
Now, we mentioned the Northeast College because we always think that the global COE is at the Northeast College, but you guys are expanding and you're looking at bringing some of your program over to the Southwest College as well?
Of course. We are expanding our program to other Center of Excellence at HCC. We started with Southwest College because in that region, we found that we have lots of students over there that they are interested in our program. So they don't have to come to a very remote area and from their home. They can start at those local colleges from lecture-based, as I said, or online courses. And then they can come and finish their programs in Northeast Campus because we have some advanced equipped labs over there. So they can come over there and finish their programs over there.
Are your courses now, how are they translated with online instruction? Because I know we are all doing things differently with working remotely and living in a virtual world. How is that working with process technology? I would imagine some of the students do need to get on a campus for the lab-based courses, but are they able to take a lot of it online from the safety of their homes?
Of course, a very good question. We offer our courses in different ways, based upon their behavior and their material that they have. We offer some lecture-based courses online or Flex Campus, and also we offer them in the campus based upon something that they contend. For example, some of them can be offered hybrid. Part of it just offered online, part of it they have to come and show up in the lab because they have to gain some hands-on skills and they need to be in the lab to do some experiments, to gain experience in hands-on. And that's why we offer most of our core courses, 5 core courses, hybrid, and they have to show up at least one time in campus in the lab and do some experiments over there.
For when they do go to the campuses for the lab-based course portion of the course, what are the facilities like there? Do you have a certain computer software they're going to learn on? Is it something that they're going to be using in the future when they continue their career?
Of course, we have advanced equipped labs, and over there we have cutaways from equipment and good computer labs. We have simulators, software over there, so that our students can gain experience in working with the computers, working with different software that they may need in their future career. And also we have a glass distillation column system over there that it can be operated remotely by a DCS system. So after our students learn theory of using models and using simulators, they can come to the lab and actually they can work with that system and operate it by themselves, and or troubleshoot them. So we have all of them in our labs, and also in the close future, we will have a pilot plant, outside pipe unit, that is very close to something that we have in industries.
Right.
Just a little bit, the scale is a little bit smaller for our students, but our students can gain hands-on skills over there very good. And we are happy to have it very soon in our campus.
We've been talking with Dr. Azita Hosseini, and she is the Process Technology Program Coordinator with HCC's Global Energy Center of Excellence. If you're looking for a new career, maybe you need to retrain yourself, certainly a career to consider. We'll have a link to the Center of Excellence in the social media post for the show so you can explore more about it and learn about it. Dr. Hosseini, thank you for being here this morning and telling us a bit about your program.
Thank you very much for having me. Thanks a lot.
All right, and we're going to move on to our Wednesday segment with HCC Police Chief Greg Cunningham. Good to catch up with you again, Chief.
Good to see you, Todd. How have you been?
It's good. I moved into a new location, so I've got a new background behind me. So it was good. You know, when you move, it just seems like you're uprooting your whole life. And it's just something I dreaded for months going into the move, but I'm glad it's over now. I'll tell you that. Chief, another thing, you know, comes annually. We're in the holiday season. And I've always been in the impression that, you know, we need to be aware of our surroundings, but particularly as we're going into the holiday season, because people are really looking to prey on us if our mind isn't all there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Todd, you're spot on. And you know, we talked a little bit about some vehicle safety for traveling for Thanksgiving last week. What I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is kind of talk a little bit more now, because we're coming up on the end of the semester. Folks are going to be traveling back to either friends, family, or home. Great news today. We've got vaccines coming out. So pretty soon life may start getting back to normal again. And I think this road traveling thing is something that we ought to visit a little bit about.
Yeah, so we want to talk security. I know that's a big issue, and you want to give us a few tips that to keep you safe and secure as you're driving around during the holiday season?
Yeah, absolutely. So with shopping in full gear now, whether you're doing it in person or whether they're coming to your house or whatever, when you're out in your car, I have to tell you, please keep your stuff out of sight. We've talked about this a lot throughout the semester because it's just good to put things away in your car, right? What may seem inconsequential to you could be very, very important to somebody else, and they'll break your window to get what you left on your console. So making sure gifts are put up. And the second piece of that, Todd, is it's really important to kind of get them put up before you park your car, because the bad guys sit in the parking lot. They see you get out with a laptop case, put it in the trunk of your car, and guess where they know your laptop is, right? And getting into a trunk isn't that hard if they know where they're going for it.
Yeah, I was talking to my wife last week, and I'm not sure if you'd talked about this on the show, but she'd heard a tip, and we were discussing. She goes to the gym a lot. And someone had warned her, when you're going to the gym, don't get out of your car and start putting your purse and all your belongings in your trunk, because there are guys or whomever, people who are looking for victims like this. And the minute you go in that gym, that gives them free reign to your vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely, Todd. So, you know, gyms are classic places because they know you're in there for 45 minutes to an hour minimum, right? So it gives them plenty of time to do what they need to do. And sitting in those parking lots and watching people's behaviors. And bear in mind, it's not just gyms, but you come out of the store that you've been shopping in, you put your packages in a trunk. And I'm guilty because I have a large family. I'll put stuff in the trunk and then I'll go right back into the store again to continue shopping for the next group of people I need to buy for. Right? And there are guys that make a full-time job out of watching you do those things.
Well, you know, we had a situation happen to us about a month and a half ago. We had some silver around the house, some silver coins we'd had for decades. So we took them to a coin shop. We knew we were going to move, and we figured we'll sell these coins before we move them again and use the money for a move. So we got a substantial amount of cash, you know, from selling these coins at a coin shop. Later that night, we go to a movie. There's hardly anyone in the theater. And while we're watching the movie, I heard some noise behind us. There's literally 6 people in the movie. I heard some noise behind us, and then I heard my wife's purse fall over. Well, we thought she had just kicked it over. When we got up out of the movie to leave, she found her wallet, and all the cash had been gone from her wallet. And well, luckily, I'd taken the cash we made and stored that night. But we're thinking that somebody saw us was targeting that store and followed us for the day. That's the only thing that made sense to try to steal this cash while you're in movies. And I guess it's a thing where people will take stuff from people's purses in the movie theaters.
Well, and Todd, that tactic is one that's being used a lot around the city, and you know, coin shops would be one place, especially where someone is either buying the coins of high value or selling them and has the cash. We see that happen a lot around banks as well, right? Small business people that are doing their deposits from, you know, maybe a good day at their business. or withdrawing money because it's payday for their employees or whatever. And this concept of monitoring those places and then following those people until there's an opportunity or a place of advantage, in your case, the movie theater, but in some cases, you've seen them follow them right to their homes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it blew my mind. They had to wait for us, and this was about 8 hours after they went to that shop, but they were figuring it's a good payday. They knew exactly what they wanted. They didn't want credit cards. They didn't want a purse. They just wanted the cash. And she had some ones in there, so they probably thought they were getting away with the payload, but they didn't. You know, it certainly just blows your mind when you think that people target one another. You also have a warning about cell phones, Chief.
So we talk a lot about when you're traveling and when you're moving around to make sure that your cell phone is fully charged and that you keep it in a spot where you need to, you can get access to it. But bear in mind, a cell phone is $600, $700, sometimes $1,000 item. And again, it's one of the first things people try to take from you.
Yeah.
So I know it's really hard, and you know, asking the young people in our society to put their cell phones up, right, so that they're not in their hands or in sight is really hard to do, right? They walk around with them in their back pockets and those kind of things. I'd really encourage you, especially during this holiday season, you know, before you get out of your car, put your cell phone up in an inside pocket or someplace where somebody who approaches you, it's not easy to get to them. Because at the end of the day, after the incident happens, and hopefully you don't fight anybody and you surrender what they're asking for, but you still need a telephone so that you can get help. You can call 911 or you can call a family member to try to get help to you.
Some good points there. And a final point you wanted to make is hitchhiking still a thing? Because I don't seem to see any hitchhikers out there, but apparently it must be a thing still.
Well, what ends up happening is we all get this Christmas spirit. Combine that with being isolated from COVID, and lo and behold, you're driving down the road and there's somebody on the side of the road with a flat tire. And you decide between your Christmas spirit, and I haven't talked to a stranger in a long time, you know what, I'm gonna stop and give that person a hand. Well, that seems like the right thing to do. Right. The reality is, especially if it's in a more isolated area, you're not on Main Street with traffic going by, it's a very dangerous thing to do. There are a lot of people that will set up those kind of scenarios. Stop, I ran out of gas, can you give me a ride to a gas station, those kind of things. So the traditional stick your thumb out, like you and I probably did as kids, and hitch a ride is a whole lot more rare, right? They're Ubering now instead. But setting up these scenarios where kind people would extend a hand and might let somebody into that secure personal space, which is their car, still occur out there. And this time of the year is when people are trying to be kind, trying to do the right thing for other folks. So you really need to pay attention.
Chief Greg Cunningham, always some great tips for our viewers out there to help them keep safe through this holiday season. Chief, I imagine you're gearing up for the spring. Spring's going to be here before we know it. I know you've got your people out there on campuses now, and we've got some students doing the lab portions at their campuses. And I imagine you're looking towards the way the spring is going to shake out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So the administration's still working on exactly what that's going to look like, right? So we're all kind of anticipating. My folks are really doing everything they can to be ready for a full wide open school. I don't know that we'll be there right away, but I think the goal is to get there as quickly as we can. Vaccines that they're announcing today, England apparently has given emergency authorization to one of the vaccines, and they're going to start vaccinating next week. And I'm sure we're going to be right behind that. So all of those things are really moving us in the right direction. And I think it's smart for everybody. Well, we still may need to wait till maybe mid-spring to make this happen. Start getting your plans together and figure out what this is going to look like, because I think we're over the hump and heading that way.
Well, that would be good news if that is the case. Chief Greg Cunningham, thanks for being here this Wednesday and every Wednesday. We look forward to seeing you again next week.
Hang in there, guys. Have a great day, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to move on to our news and announcements. As we mentioned, I'm kind of flying solo today. Brittany Pacheco, my co-host, has taken a bit of a break. She's got some power issues at her house, so I'm just doing the show and got a few announcements to make for you. One thing we want to talk about, if you watch The Topic this week, it's another show we produce for HCCTV. It'll be posted in social media. We talk about the fact that the Fine Arts Department has produced a lot of events and exhibitions. They're now going online with these and taking them to social media to showcase their works. That's happening, something called On the Edge. It's a virtual dance exhibition. Dance students from the Visual and Performing Arts Center of Excellence will have a screening of the Dance for Camera films as they made in their practicum classes. That'll be on YouTube, and it's 7 to 9 p.m. today. That's today, December 2nd. It is free, of course, no charge. They want you to check it out. We're going to have the link in the social media post for this show. Tech Talk at 2, detecting and reporting malicious emails. I know it seems like every week we're getting a crazy email. Open this, have you seen this? Well, you're not supposed to open those. Our IT department is providing HCC faculty and staff with information to increase your awareness of IT applications, tools, and services to improve our students' experience. So the main thing is, if it looks suspicious, don't open it up. Get a hold of someone in IT or get a hold of the person who's allegedly sent the email, because they may have been hacked as well. So watch out for those tips. That's going to happen 2 p.m. Thursday, December the 3rd. The login website is on the portal and also in an email. So search your emails for that. Managing anxiety and exam stress, self-care and studying smart. You could always use a little bit of that. HCC's counseling office continues to virtually help students learn healthy coping mechanisms to decrease stress during the finals. The next session is 10:30 a.m. Thursday, December 3rd. That's right, tomorrow. To register, check our post of the show or check your HCC's events calendar. Another thing with the performing arts, music honors recital. That's right, a recital is now going to be online. It's the best of the best in HCC's music program. Students perform in a system-wide concert of voice, piano, and saxophone. We'll have the link, and we'll have the link in the social media post for the show. That is Thursday, December the 3rd. A lot going on tomorrow, and that's at 7:30 p.m. I want to skip down and talk about something that's really important this time of year. Our Eagle Food Market, Student Life and Rec Sports food distribution. That's going to be happening. The Eagle Mobile Food Market is coming to several HCC campuses next week, and registration is filling up very quickly. All HCC community members can sign up to receive free food by using the registration form to choose a campus, a date, and time. So you just don't show up, you'll register ahead of time, and that's going to be happening December 7th through 14th across the district. Check your emails for that, or you can also email hccs.cares@hccs.edu. We'll have that post in this show. Back to our art department, the virtual student exhibition. That's happening on Instagram. It's featuring studio classes in all of our 6 colleges across the district. For more information, you can email them, and we'll have that post in the social media post for the show. One thing that's important, I talked to the chief just a few minutes ago about the classes coming up in the spring. The main thing to keep in mind is you can still register for spring classes. Yes, we will be having classes one way or another next spring, but you'll need to register early, especially for lab-based courses or any course you may be attending on a campus. They're all going to be very small and closely monitored by CDC guidelines. There's, of course, 4 different learning options, and you can check them out and also register for classes by going to hccs.edu/now. Register early. Don't wait till the last minute, because now time is of the essence because those class sizes are so small. So that about wraps up the show for today. We're going to end a little bit early because I am flying solo. Thursday, it's back to business with the Business Center of Excellence. We'll have the program coordinator here on the show. And also our Thursday virtual family fun day. We're going to be talking with the Houston Zoo. That'll be cool. They are celebrating the season as usual usual with their zoo lights, their annual zoo lights, but they're doing things a little bit differently. So we'll be talking with them tomorrow here on Up to the Minute. We're going to wrap up today's show. Make sure you do follow us in social media, share this show, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Houston Community College on YouTube. Thanks for being here today. I'm Todd Duplantis. I will see you live, hopefully with Brittany Pacheco tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.